SVRA started the year 2020 with great hopes and high expectations. We began the 2020 season in February out west in Fontana, California at Auto Club Speedway. The Formula 4 Challenge joined us with a large field of cars, and we had a good mix of production cars as well, especially in the B sedan class. Next was our event at Roebling Road. This is a great event to shake off the cobwebs from the off-season, but it is also a good way to get new drivers through our racing school. In fact, some of our most regular racers and champions have come through this school.
All right, the graduating class of 2020, SVRA's National Driving School.
But it was the Sebring Speed Tour that made us feel like 2020 was going to be a banner year for SVRA and Speed Tour. Record entries in race cars, car show, and spectators, beautiful weathers, full fields of cars, and this event was where we launched the new SVRA app and started live streaming the races. Historic Trans Am put on a great show, and we left Sebring in early March with great expectations for an event at Road Atlanta in just 10 days. But then the world fell apart.
Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic.
Tony did everything he could to salvage a season, putting events on when we could, sometimes with very little warning. But we were able to use the last-minute opening at Road America in June to kick the SVRA season back into gear. Terrific weather and total enthusiasm for all to be back to racing. Everyone felt a little lucky to be at the track once again, racing with friends and family. We had some great battles in all fields, but specifically the Heritage Miata races and the Group 2 races. Then we pack up and head east to MidOhio the very next weekend. Tony announced at MidOhio that he bought FRA and F4, and they joined us there for the first time under the Speed Tour banner. MidOhio was a record turnout for our racers, and we had full packed fields of cars tearing around this challenging course. This was another event with live streaming, and our races did not disappoint. International GT, the Miatas, Group 6, all the production classes, and the open wheel cars all put on quite a show. But the big story was the Kastner Cup All Triumph races that were absolutely fantastic. And then, true to 2020, we had a few more cancellations of events, postponements, rescheduling, and for a while we thought that MidOhio might have been the last event of 2020. But at the end of September, we were cleared to go racing at Virginia International Raceway for the Haycock Classic Gold Cup. Another race with quite a few cars. We were not able to have spectators, but we did live stream the races so that everyone could watch their favorite races. VIR always gives us fantastic wheel-to-wheel action. Then just a few weeks later, we loaded up for Circuit of the Americas for the Austin Speed Tour. This is always the Vintage Racing National Championship, which brought out huge fields of vintage cars and maybe the best vintage race we had ever seen, with Jeff Brabham, Matt Brabham, and Tonis Casamets all in the Formula B race. We had large fields throughout, as well as some fantastic racing, and we were able to crown some new Vintage Racing National Champions. Then, remember way back in March, which seems like years ago, when we had to reschedule our event at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta? Well, we went back in November to close out the 2020 season. The Atlanta Speed Tour provided some great racing. We were allowed spectators and even had a wonderful car show with Smokey and the Bandit, the General Lee, and the Time Machine. We had outstanding weather and great racing in all groups. To be honest, 2020 was rough. Tony and the staff did everything within their power to get as many great events back on the schedule. We want to thank all of our participants, drivers, sponsors, and families for taking part. But let's put 2020 in the rearview mirror and look forward to a wonderful schedule for 2021. We'll see you there.